you think about that? Now you know how I feel. Say you can handle my love. Are you for real? I won't be hasty. I give you a try. If you really bug me, then I'll say goodbye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Can I Say Something podcast. I'm your host and the bad dude with the red too, Damien. We're coming to you live from beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California. Across from me, we have the one, the only.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Dion.
And to my left, we have.
Carrie.
On this week's episode, we will count down our top 5 favorite non-kids movies to show children. I don't have any children, so you guys do. So mine are going to be
Unqualified.
a little bit different. Right into the show, bicycle@gmail.com, @bicycle on Twitter. Subscribe to the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Tell everybody you know. Scream it to the void, to the far reaches of the galaxy.
Do it.
I have a list of movies that I'm going to read to you the description of these movies. And you guys will guess what movie I'm talking about based on the description. How does
Is
that
this
sound?
part of your top 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm in. Is it a buzz? We got a buzz?
Sure. Yeah, Buzz, say your name. Get over there, buddy. Start texting.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, what did I just say?
Buzz.
Lightyear. Okay. Number 5. It is called one of the goriest films of all time. Discretion is advised. Even though it's played for laughs, it is horrifically gory. It is more than enough to turn you off for eating for next week. It is often regarded as one of or the most gory films ever made. This is from the Parent's Guide for IMDb. If you're a parent, the other parents will watch this movie for you and warn you ahead of time for all the gore and stuff. A man is urinating on a grave. The reanimated corpse punches out of her grave and grabs the man's genitals. A man walks into a room completely soaked with blood, filled with zombies ripping humans to shred. Gore is spraying everywhere. He pulled out a lawnmower and proceeds to walk through the crowd of zombies. Limbs, gore, gallons of blood spray everywhere. It is stated, and it is true, that 5 gallons of fake blood were pumped in for the scene. This movie is called Dead Alive.
I was gonna say
What?
something like that. Evil Dead or something like that.
You would show your own children this movie?
Oh, yeah.
At what age?
Like 8. My dad showed me like Friday the 13th and the Jason movies, the Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 10.
Are you prepared to never sleep again because your child would be coming in every night?
Yeah.
I want to sleep in your bed.
2 zombies hold down a man. One tugged at his head and his face is violently ripped off his skull. You can see the flesh and bone hidden underneath the missing face. A zombie rips a woman's beating heart out of her chest and holds it in front of her face.
Mm.
Yep. A zombie's ear falls off into a bowl of custard and then she proceeds to eat it. Not gory or violent, but very disgusting. A man smashes a zombie over the head with a vase. 2 zombies fight. Yada yada. Yeah. My number 5, Dead Alive.
That sounds like a movie I wouldn't want to even see as a
An adult.
full-grown adult.
By yourself, yeah. What is your
Or
number
with anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is a comedy. It is called Liar Liar.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I would show my 5-year-old this movie, but I would definitely show my 10-year-old
Yes.
this movie.
Absolutely.
There might be some parts where I change the channel. There probably will be some parts that go over his head. But there's definitely some good laughs there and the physical humor.
I wonder how would you explain the elevator scene?
That would be one of the ones I would change the channel
that's because
for.
you've got big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge. I mean, I want to squeeze them.
Mommy,
I mean,
Mommy wants some nip milk.
Mama.
You would have to. That would be
I
one.
think Ryan would understand that better than me.
We'd have to skip that one in the one where they wake up in bed together.
Mm.
I've had better.
What does he mean? I've had better. You'll know one day.
One day. That's how you were made. But a man loves a woman very much. He grabs her titties, squeezes them, drinks the milk out of them.
What's this?
Don't fetish shame.
Oh no.
Some guys are into that.
Oh no.
Just got weird, folks.
Yes.
I don't know. It sends a good message, though.
Mm.
Don't ever lie to your parents.
Oh, is that what the message was?
The message is just don't lie, especially to your
yeah.
parents.
Oh.
That's the message I'd be sending to my child.
Oh, I got you. I forgot about the kids part. I
if
forgot
you
your.
don't,
forgot we're supposed to be having movies for kids here.
if you are a big liar,
Yeah.
you're gonna have this thing happen to you where you can't lie anymore,
Yeah.
and it'll be bad for you, just like it was for Fletcher.
Fletcher. What a name.
Dion, number 5 for you.
I didn't really pick a specific movie, but I picked
Okay, Andy.
a category of movies. Not really category. Like, all right, I'll just the National Lampoons. All of those, you know, like Vegas
Not-
Vacation,
not Van
Christmas
Wilder.
Vacation. Probably not that one, yeah. But the majority of those.
I mean,
it's definitely something like you'd have.
Vacation. The first Vacation has the scene, woman is swimming in the swimming pool, right? I think. Well,
Yeah.
they always the woman that's in the Corvette there, and she's just following them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, get to the hotel.
It's a little spicy,
risky, yeah.
racy.
But yeah, I don't think you see. Do you see?
I don't know.
I don't think you do.
I don't know.
I think it's it's implied stuff like that.
I
But
just remember the part where they go to Uncle whatever his name, the Randy Quaid, his house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And his niece, his daughters, making the Kool-Aid with her hand. He's like, "Can I help you, please?"
yeah, those ones were every time that Randy was involved.
Mm,
I enjoyed those movies a lot better. Vegas Vacation was always my favorite.
yes.
It was like we went to that buffet, and it was just like it was like all you can eat for $1, and it was like get the red slime or the blue slime. He's like, they got the blue slime. It's our lucky day.
Was it?
Meanwhile, he lost like
Yeah.
entire life savings.
Yeah, and they had to go to the off strip thing where they were having gambling games where it was like, how many fingers am I holding?
War.
He said, how many fingers?
Yeah. Pick a hand.
Pick
Nope.
Yeah.
Guess the number I'm thinking of.
Is that how you won today?
No, I want a blackjack.
Nice, buddy.
Yeah.
Had to make up for them stocks falling.
Yeah.
Jesus, rough,
What-
rough day at the old market over there.
They'll bounce back. Everyone's suffering right now.
Yes, yes.
He won real money though.
I did too. I'm up $80 still. Listen, I was down 40 today. We'll get to this later, but
Okay.
okay. So
Mine is with me right now.
the entire National Lampoon saga.
Let's say not all of them, because you did point out Van
Yeah.
Wilder. I don't think I'd show mine.
Right.
A lot of stuff would go over.
Or the Rise of Taj.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which has what's her name? From Walking Dead. The daughter. Glenn's girlfriend.
Maggie.
Maggie's in Rise of Taj.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So yeah, my number 4. Let's see, I just had it open here. Let's see. First thing. The film contains some scenes of violence, including brutal killings of the sheriff's rescue troop by the Savage Tribe. These are mostly concentrated towards the second half of the film, with bloodletting and an impact of violence shown. In one of the stronger scenes, a man is taken prisoner by the Savage Tribe and has his scalp cut off along with his hair. The man is then killed in a gory manner, with his torso being hacked in half, his entrails falling out. Extremely graphic and disturbing. So the guy, right, is taken prisoner. He's being tortured, and his legs are up in the air. His body's facing down. One guy takes one leg, another takes another leg, and they do a wishbone to him.
Good Lord.
Let's see. Other scenes of violence include
Fatality from Mortal Kombat.
a man's hand being cut off when a savage swings an axe at him. Well, listen. If this is a Christian website, you can't be saying savage. that's not okay in 2020.
Last Mohegans?
Yes.
Is it?
No, this
Oh.
is Bone Tomahawk.
Oh.
I was gonna say they showed us the Last of the Mohegans in like 8th grade. I don't think
Ooh.
we'd be watching a guy's
Ooh.
legs get
I
wishboned.
guess so. They set someone on fire.
They did. I remember watching that part and being like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to watch this stuff." Someone get burned alive.
Damon's over here. Give me Hellraiser.
Well, funny you should mention that. It's a preview for what's to come.
Oh, no.
So number 4 is Bone Tomahawk. Check it out, kids.
Wow.
Kids. All you kids.
Get your parents' permission before watching this movie.
So you chose a very specific. I assume it sounds like they're going to be bloody. Gory mess.
Yeah, buddy.
Is there a reason why you stuck with that
Yeah.
instead of like picking like I don't know, like Fast and the Furious franchise or something? I mean,
yeah.
you went
Oh,
balls
yeah.
to the wall, like you went extreme to one side.
Yes, I did.
So far.
So far, yes.
Yeah.
Is it because your father showed you these types of movies?
Yes. And
Y-
look
and
how
you,
I
and
turned
you
out.
turned out okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Carry number 4.
My number 4 is nothing like Bone Tomahawk at all. My number 4
No?
is Grease. This is a movie
Sandy?
yeah. I watched this movie when I was very young, and all the it's not that many adult themes, but they all went over my head. The fact that Rizzo had a pregnancy scare, no clue. No clue about that. When Danny tries to make a pass at Sandy at the drive-in, I didn't know what was going on
Yeah,
there.
no.
No clue.
She closes his dick in the door,
Yeah, he tried to grab
opens
her
the
boob.
door into her. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Yep. Nope. I just
I
thought,
thought he was just selling like, oh, that hurt.
my heart's broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that this movie was about people who like to race cars and sing, and the music was fun. I danced and sang to the music.
Good songs, though. Good songs.
But the dancing was basically like sex on the dance floor. And that final
more. Tell me more.
the dance off.
Oh, with the other girl that stole Sandy's
well, yeah,
spot?
like they were like, and like one of them like slid onto the other one's leg, and they're like thrusting into the air,
Gyrating.
Oh, that's to
like he's in an Eric Pride music video.
to an 8-year-old. That's just dancing. That's not sexual.
Mm.
And I never felt like I just thought they were dancing. I don't know.
I don't. You should go watch that scene again.
Well, when you're 8, you don't know any better.
Fucking bumping uglies.
This takes place in the 50s, man.
Yeah, I don't think they danced like that back then.
A lot of stuff in the 70s referenced the 50s. This one, Happy Days,
Mm.
American Graffiti. Yeah. People are always like nostalgic for 20 years ago.
Now all those shows are about the 80s.
Yep.
Some shows, not
Yep.
all shows, but
Stranger Things,
yeah. Goldbergs.
Goldbergs. Yep.
I don't know. My
What's-
we did play some Grease music for our 5-year-old, and he ran around to it and danced to it. It was just Grease Lightning, though. So they're just dancing around a car. Although there are the lyrics. If you listen to the lyrics of that song, they're a little raunchy.
Raunchy?
Yeah.
Mm. Dion, number, what do you got? 4?
Here we go again. Adam Sandler franchise.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like the ones he puts out now that are like kind of specifically for kids. You know, I mean, there was like Mr. Deeds and stuff like that, but I'm saying like before that, like Happy Gilmore's, Billy Madison's.
I watched those when I was pretty young. Can I jump in because I have
Mm.
actually an Adam Sandler movie at number 3.
Yeah.
It's Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big
That's a good one.
Daddy. I thought that
Teaches lessons to children.
I think the kids watching the kid do all the silly the things.
Damn you, Scuba Steve.
Yeah, I've yelled that before when
Peeing on
stepping on
restaurant
a,
buildings.
yeah, not being able to get McDonald's breakfast.
What kid doesn't want to like pee on newspapers and
Mm.
stuff?
Throw sticks out and trip up
Yeah.
rollerbladers.
Yeah. That
Make up their own name. They got to pick his own name.
Yep.
That's a good
Frankenstein.
choice. Big Daddy is probably
Frankenstein.
pretty damaging for like a child. Well, I mean, as a parent, because like they just pick up all these bad habits. Because that kid was trouble. No, that kid was fine, and then he turned him into trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you got the other ones like Happy Gilmore and like Billy Madison. Oh yeah, that was Billy Madison took place. He was going through the classes.
Billy
those kids
Madison.
were-
I watched that one pretty young. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Probably
Probably
remember when I watched
Billy
Happy Gilmore.
Madison more
Waterboy?
than
What was it?
Waterboy.
Waterboy. Yeah, throw that one in there. That was not very kid friendly.
No, I guess not.
Well, you got the guy standing in the stands like grabbing his nipples, wearing nothing but overalls.
What's the one where he plays the devil's son or whatever?
Little Nicky? I
Little
just
Nicky.
watched that the other day. Yeah, that was actually that one. Yeah, it's pretty raunchy.
Mhm.
The guy's got tits on his head. You could explain that. How would you explain that? Got
Some-
boobs on. Well,
Some
I mean,
people are
straight up
different.
wearing a bra on his head at one point in the movie. And then he was like having this scene with the gorilla demon.
I've
He was
never
like
seen one.
fondling his head boobs. Little Nicky was fun. I like Little Nicky.
Let's see.
Good soundtrack too.
My number 3. Let's see. A room of yakuza are killed in an overtop manner off screen. Blood spurts wildly out the door for a few seconds. We see a man's sliced off face sliding down a wall for several seconds. Then a man's bloody hand and some guts are around the door for a few seconds. A woman is kicked twice in the chest and punched several times about the face off screen. Blood is on the lower part of her face and neck. A man is shot in the thigh with brief blood spurting. Let's see. A man's hand is bitten off with brief but bloody results. A few needles are later stuck in the face with some blood trickling. A woman's lower leg is sliced off. Her neck is then sliced. Blood sprays for several seconds. A woman is punched 3 times in the face by a villain. Blood is dripping down to her neck. Several needles are stuck into a dead man's face with blood dripping down. This is Ichi the Killer. He has
What?
Ichi the Killer.
I feel disturbed and just listening to your descriptions.
And
He
relieved
has-
that you don't have a child.
No. Yeah, spoiler alert, Damien doesn't have a kid.
I think you already said that in the beginning, didn't you?
Mm.
Yeah, you prefaced everything you said.
You should keep saying that so you don't get like child services called on you.
Yes, these are things I would show my child, not theirs.
Are you not concerned that your child would watch these
No.
and then think it is acceptable behavior?
No. See this guy, Ichi the Killer, he has his mouth opens up too wide, so he has to have piercings in his mouth to keep it from opening. So he's like the Joker, but he has actual like cuts in his mouth, so it's like it'll open up really
They're not
wide.
scars yet.
You know how I got these scars?
He would say, you know how I got this cut.
Yeah, these cuts. Yeah, so if he opens his mouth really wide, he can swallow people's
Disturbing.
fists. Yeah. Interesting. Ichi the Killer, my number 3.
Carrie's like, I don't even want you to show me these movies. Ay. He looks like one of those Death Note things to follow.
Carrie, number 3.
My number 3 was Big Daddy.
Oh, yes, that's true. Dion, number 3.
Number 3.
Mhm.
Jim Carrey movies.
Why didn't you jump on when I was talking about Liar Liar?
I figured I would get to it eventually. Ace Ventura was like, I probably watched that at an appropriate time, but the first one particularly I think was a little bit more. Well, yeah, I think it was definitely more raunchy because he was talking about like kissing dudes and she had a penis tucked behind her
Yeah.
and everything, and
Right.
he's like sobbing in the bathroom. Oh, Finkel's Einhorn with a plunger. But then you got he talked to his butt in both of those. Yeah.
That's funny though. That kid's gonna find that funny.
No, that would.
You know what
yeah.
the most
Actually, I think-
disturbing thing from the second one was when he came out of the rhinoceros's butt. That I knew it was a
National
mechanical.
Geographic, you know.
It was a mechanical rhinoceros, but it still just was weird and gross.
hot, these
Like its
rhinos.
face coming out of a butthole. Like I was disturbed as a child. I think I saw the second one before I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Me too.
I might have liked the second one better.
Yeah.
The bumblebee tuna.
I hope he
When he
could
gets
be the best.
when he fights that tribesman and he gets the spears in both of his legs.
For sure, that's like my most quotable movie. I
Yes.
probably know 65% of.
Do the
all-
slinky. Do the slinky part. Please, that's my favorite.
Oh man! Isn't this incredible? There's gotta be some kind of record. You gotta get a slinky. You gotta get a slinky, slinky. Go, slinky, go!
Fantastic.
Oh man! Can you believe it? It was right there.
Have you exposed your kid to any Jim Carrey?
No.
It could be the first one. Could be the Christmas.
No, we have because he watched The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Okay,
Yes.
there you go. I guess we have.
Okay. There you go.
You're on the
Yeah.
same page right there.
Yep. So
Coming in at number 2.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it, guys.
Goodness
I got it.
gracious.
I'll pull them in later, post production. Common Sense Media is a Christian website that warns parents against grotesque and gore and violence and sex. Their review: parents need to know that blank is extremely gory. You mentioned this earlier. Killing and mutilating befalls both humans and animals, rats, with bloody death by knife, hammer, and hooks. Nightmare imagery includes a vampire-like man without skin, cannibalizing others to regenerate. The cyborg-like demons called Cenobites. Characters smoke, they drink, and they have sex with some nudity and swearing, including the F word.
Whoa.
And a villain incestuously lust after his niece. Scattered religious
Did you say niece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scattered religious icons might offend some viewers in this context. You mentioned it 10 minutes ago, ish.
Oh, Hellraiser.
Yeah, buddy. You ever seen this?
I've seen some of it.
It's actually a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever go back to watch it again. Wasn't my cup of tea then, and certainly isn't now. So
these are one of these horror franchises that really like got shit on or got a bad rap because they've put out like 20 of them and none of them were good except for the first one. So somebody needs to come in and just do a clean slate, prequel or reboot or something. Definitely deserves it. Carrie, number 2.
My number 2, I've talked about this, my love for this movie before. It's A League of Their Own. I watched it when I was really little, like pretty young, and I would if I had a daughter, especially, I would watch this with her at any age, I think. I mean, there's not really anything, it's not really a kid's movie, but I don't think that there's really anything in it that would keep you from watching it with a kid. Not that I can remember. I mean, the coach is drunk all the time.
Yeah.
But and then there's some Madonna dancing kind of provocatively, but besides that, it's I don't know, I loved it when I was a kid. It made me feel empowered. All these women doing all these playing in men's sports just made me feel like, yeah, I could do that. I could play whatever sport I want to, and I could be better than the guys at it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I also loved it because I was the older sister, and the older sister was awesome in that movie.
Cool. Dion, number 2.
MCU.
All of it.
Well,
all
of it except for Thor.
Why not Thor?
Because Thor is aggressive, unnecessarily at times.
I would say like the person that you don't want your kids to emulate are like the ground level people, like Hawkeye and Black Widow,
because they're boring and lame. Because
they actually do karate. You don't want somebody watching karate and doing it incorrectly.
Yeah, but they still have their sense of justice.
Like the most like most fantasy-esque characters in the MCU. Like Iron Man shoots things out of his hands. Hulk smash, whatever, blah blah blah. Hulk pound. Thor, they don't really emulate. Like the guys you don't want them emulating are like the people that the moves they could do. Like you're saying, you don't want kids.
You don't want them to go to school and start doing karate moves.
Karate.
Well, then there's Cap.
Cap fights for justice and the American way.
There's the fist fights and stuff like that. So.
I was just watching the fight in the Winter Soldier between him and Winter Soldier, the one in the in the street with the knife, and he does the aria where he drops the knife and goes into the side. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I might want to show my kid.
Show him Civil War.
That I want to show him that so I can instill the hatred for Bucky real early.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to find out if like Cap or if Chris Evans is on Cap's side and if Robert Downey Jr. is actually on Iron Man's side. That'd be interesting to know.
Yeah.
If they weren't playing themselves, whose side would they be on?
You would think. I don't know, because Chris Evans also played Human Torch and he was that cocky, young guy.
She takes his temperature. She's like, "You're very hot." And he's like, "Thank you. You too. You as well."
So
whose side are each of you on?
You don't know this by now?
You're on Iron Man's side.
Captain America.
Yeah, okay.
Iron Man did nothing wrong.
I thought. I've never seen the movie, so I don't know why they're fighting. I just know my kid has sheets.
Sheets,
with
yes.
Iron Man and Captain America on them.
They got
Civil
the band
War
back
fighting.
together.
Both
at the end.
Oh, on the same sheet?
Yeah, they're both on the same sheet.
Gotcha.
And it says Civil War on the sheets.
I got
Go
a
ahead.
picture of Captain America deflecting a Bucky
Knife?
punch
Oh.
on his wall too.
Oh, see.
So, establishing early that Bucky is a bad guy.
So just to summarize, Cap knew that his friend Bucky killed Iron Man's parents back. Wait, this is like 40 years ago. It's ancient history, and he didn't tell Iron Man that until they started fighting. So that's
Sounds
part of
like
it.
Captain America's kind of a douche.
Well, listen, they're also fighting.
Yep.
They're also fighting because they had a little accident. They were trying to restrain a bad guy, and he blew up. He had a suicide vest, and he blew himself up in a market in like Madagascar or some shit. And then Scarlet Witch grabs him, contains the blast, but lifts him up and loses control, and he blows up. So it knocks down half this building. So they're brought in and like, you need regulation. You need oversight from the army and the federal government. Blah blah blah. And Cap is like, no, we don't. Iron Man's like, yes, we do. So that's that is the central argument behind their fight.
Yep.
So Yep.
Also, let's not forget Captain America harbored a war criminal,
but they weren't at war. So he's just he's a what do you call it?
fugitive.
A sleeping cell assassin.
That seems pretty important. You should turn him in.
He's a sleeper cell, and they're not
But he hid them and hid his
accountable for
secrets.
his actions for like 2 days.
That was the reason why he
for like-
couldn't lift Thor's hammer.
For like 2 movies. He could have.
He couldn't have because he had that secret. He was hiding that secret.
My number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
And coming in at number 1.
Unbelievable.
Let's see. A man marks 2 women and another man for surgical cuts. The man cuts into buttocks tissues. Blood tissue is pulled away. He pulls several teeth using surgical pliers. Bloody teeth and a bit of blood in the woman's mouth is shown. A conjoined man cries and says he has to defecate. The conjoined woman attached to his rear gags him in his ply that she has to swallow his waste.
Yep. 3
conjoined people climb a flight of stairs as they go. Blood from where they are surgically attached pools on the floor. A man whips 3 conjoined people with a horsewhip. Lash marks are later shown. A man slits his own throat using a shard of glass. Blood pours from his wound. He collapses. He is heard gurgling into a pool of blood. A man stabs another man in the foot and a knee in the scalpel. Where's the... You know this. What is this? Say it. Say the
Human
words.
Centipede.
Human
Oh
centipede.
my God.
Yeah.
Carrie's like, I quit. She was not prepared for you to.
I'm not. Thought this was going to be kind of a heartwarming discussion.
Well, today we learned Damien doesn't have a heart.
Yeah, I mean, I mark every episode explicit, so it'll be fine.
You haven't
Not,
you
not
haven't
for
really
me.
s-
It's
I
not fine
guess-
for me. Still have to go to bed tonight.
Yeah, she's gonna have trouble sleeping.
Number 1 for Carrie.
Forrest Gump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to explain AIDS. That's about it.
You don't have to.
Oh, man.
It's never confirmed.
No, you don't. True.
No, I mean, there's definitely parts where you would have to change a channel, like
Yeah.
in Vietnam. You change that channel.
Yeah, I mean, yes. They.
And when they show Bubba basically holding his guts in.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Dan.
Yeah,
Ted
well,
Dan
Lieutenant
legs.
Dan
Lost his
lost his
legs.
leg. Yeah, that too.
Do they show party scenes with Jenny? John I?
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
you
pros-
probably
Oh, yeah.
don't want to show like
Drugs.
Coke in the almost falling off the side of the building
Oh,
or
yeah.
jumping off the side of the building.
Oh, yeah. What else did it say?
Um,
Forrest showing his butt to the president. President asked him, "Where'd you get shot, son?" And he's like, "Right here on my buttocks."
I'd show that part. That's funny.
That's probably the one part the kid would laugh at.
Yes,
Mm. I've had a lot of, United States history in there.
true.
It'd be good for them to learn about.
I watched
Um,
that pretty young.
Yeah, me too. Again, there was a lot of stuff that went
I
over
did
my
not-
head.
Yeah.
The scene where he goes to visit her at college. Do you remember that scene?
Yep.
Didn't know what that was
Yeah. Until you did.
until I watched it as an adult, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I didn't even know what I thought he was doing. I just thought maybe he had a stomachache or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I watched that with my kid. The part where he's talking to Jenny's grave. I'd be like,
Oof.
oh
Oof.
my God! Like, turn your head. Don't watch your father cry. You cutting onions in here?
He's so smart. Oh, is he like me or is he? Yep. Number 1 for you.
I don't know what I said. Was that my favorite movie of all time? It might be. I don't know.
You're saying
Maybe
Last-
maybe it's I don't. Yeah.
Last week you were saying Great Gatsby was on the list.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
number one. He's
Oh.
always said The Crow was number one.
Oh
but
yeah, fuck that movie.
I'd
I
rather,
haven't even
I'd
seen
rather
it.
you
I
pick
haven't even
Forrest
seen
Gump.
it.
I don't know. I have to go back and listen to those podcasts. see
You
if-
should have died.
Angsty teen
Who should've
Dion.
died? The actor.
I got it for angsty teen Dion liking The Crow, but
Yeah.
34-year-old Dion should
Yeah.
probably pick
Wow,
a better
you're
movie as
34?
the number
You're
one.
actually 34. Wow, you're getting open here, buddy.
You're like 37, so chill. All right, my number one is Thor.
it's the movie. It's
Yeah.
one movie.
All the Thors.
All the Thors.
You
are
Yeah,
just
the
I
said
know.
same.
I
that.
said I was on 2. I said except Thor, and then my number 1 was actually Thor.
All of the Thors.
Yeah, specifically the Thors, because
Ragnarok?
Thor is aggressive, and there is a lesson to be learned in controlling your power and turning the corner, being a fighting for other people than just fighting for the sake of fighting.
There is comical violence in Ragnarok, so I think
There is.
that'd be fine.
Yep. But there was like stuff in Ragnarok where, actually, no, I'm not thinking.
Nothing
Even
really.
Avengers though, where like Thor just getting off Thanos out of nowhere.
Well,
He's
the,
like
the
settled.
start of Endgame. You can start Endgame like 10 minutes in. You'll be fine.
It's true. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff with Thor that I feel like takes some explaining, but there would be a valuable lesson learned at a good point after you've watched those videos for a child.
Yeah, his redemption arc in the first one's pretty good. There's nothing really that violent in that first one. Second one is better than people say it is. Not much. I don't think there's much violence in that one either. Good fight at the end too, with him and Malekith going through the portals and shit.
Yep.
I like that fight.
Yep.
Yeah. The Thor movies is your number one,
Hmm.
or the Thor movies. The Thor movies.
Thor movies, yeah.
The Thor
Yeah, yeah.
movies. Okay, great. So that'll do it. So yeah, my 5 to 1 was horror and grossness.
Yeah, you don't need to talk about it. Go ahead, you can.
Dead Alive, Bone Tomahawk, Ichi the Killer, Hellraiser, Human Centipede. Parents, be advised. Use discretion.
And if anyone out there, if Damien does have kids someday, don't let your kids be friends with his kids.
Also, don't let him babysit your kid.
Yeah, don't let me be your own
They
kids.
will watch those movies. So yeah, I had National Lampoons. I had Adam Sandler's. I had the Jim Carreys, the MCU's, except for Thor, and then I had Thor's.
Me, I had Liar Liar at 5, Grease at 4, Big Daddy at 3, A League of Their Own at 2, and Forrest Gump at 1.
So coming up, I forgot to talk about movies I watched last week. So you'll have
double
like
up.
12 of them.
Buckle in, folks.
So not much to actually talk about. We got stocks. I'm talking about stocks.
Yeah,
My real life stocks. Dion's fake
Okay,
ass
you only got
stocks.
4 here, so yeah.
Yeah.
What the Foot with Ronan Farrow.
Yeah.
Planet Money,
Yeah.
OneCoin, buy tickets with
Yeah.
and Teapot Note, Office Ladies.
So for Can I Say Something, I have been Damien.
And
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Might have had your fill, I can feel it still.
Welcome to Last Call Cast.
Hi.
Damien.
Dion,
And Carrie.
we're bartenders.
What are we drinking, Mr. Bartender?
I just made a sick creamsicle with orange juice and whipped cream vodka.
Mm.
Yeah. Carrie's like looking at it like,
Share?
will be mine. Oh yes,
Yes,
it
sir.
will be mine. Carrie's drinking champagne. I don't know what she's celebrating.
I'm I'm celebrating Valentine's Day from last week.
I have a-
He's spending Valentine's Day with us.
I have a
Nice.
buffet over here.
Yeah, Damien. He's got some champagne. He's got some peanut butter whiskey, and he's got some Twisted Monkey
Yeah.
Victory Brewery.
Brewery.
I would really like to taste that whiskey, that peanut butter whiskey mixed in a chocolate milkshake. That
That would be amazing.
Interesting.
don't you think that'd be good?
Would the
Or it could be really bad.
yeah, could be really bad.
So I'm talking about some movies. I forgot last week to talk about them, so I have like a 30.
Talk about 'em.
30.
I'm gonna talk while you're talking.
I'm gonna spread them out over the course of the show here.
I'm
So
gonna have to keep myself entertained. So here we go.
yep, the movies that I'm gonna talk about are I'm not gonna name them all, but get ready, guys. From now on, spoilers starting right now.
Attention. Spoilers incoming. In 3, 2,
What's in the box?
1.
If I did have a tune, I'd name it Marla.
Wish I could fade that out. Pretty cool.
Could you turn the volume down?
No, the knobbing doesn't work. Did I talk about the Florida Project? You guys remember the last movie I talked about? Let's take a good start with that. Honeyland. Does that sound
Yes.
familiar?
That's the one with the bees.
Okja. Is that familiar?
Yes.
Okay. Does the Florida Project sound familiar with
No.
Willie Defoe?
Nope.
So remember I talked about shithead kids in Honeyland?
Yes.
The farmer,
Yes.
the neighbors had shitty kids. So the Florida Project is, I'll read the summary, set on a stretch of a highway in a budget motel managed by Bobby, played by Willem Dafoe, just outside the imagined utopia of Disney World. It follows 6-year-old Mooney and her rebellious mother over the course of a single summer. Willem Dafoe stars in it. Caleb Landry Jones is in it. So the kid is played by Brooklyn Prince, like one of the best kid acting jobs I've ever seen. What do you call that? Best kid actor. Best kid acting. Best acting by a child.
Child actor?
Child actor. One of the best performances is the word I'm looking for.
Performance. All
By a
right.
child.
Yeah.
Amazing. The most shithead kid because she's like, she's being raised by a mother who's like on drugs half the time. She's drunk half the time. She's not paying her rent. She's like turning tricks to pay her rent. It's just the kid's just off the leash doing shithead things. She burns down a hotel that's close by. She's doing stealing shit, bugging people. Her and her mother will buy like these bulk bracelets and then sell them at another hotel. Like her mom brings her in on these scams. Just terrible.
How old is she?
It's like 6.
Mm.
It's awful. Very good movie. A little lugubrious. Slow, meandering. A little bit. Not bad. Hot Rod, I also saw. Did you guys see Hot Rod? You see Hot Rod?
Hot Rod. That's Adam Sandler.
Andy Samberg, the different, and it's a different Andy.
The younger version of Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
No. Haven't seen that.
Let's see. Summary goes as follows. Woo. Amateur stuntman Rod Kimball has a problem. His stepfather Frank is a jerk. Frank picks on Rod, tosses him around like a rag doll in their weekly sparring sessions, and definitely doesn't respect him, much less his
Who
stunts.
plays his dad?
That would be Ian McShane.
Ah.
Doesn't respect him much less his stunts. But when Frank falls ill, it's up to Rod to stage the jump of his life in order to save his stepfather. The plan? Jump 15 buses, raise the money for Frank's heart operation, then kick his ass. Pretty good. Will Arnett's in this. Sissy Spacek, Isla Fisher, Bill Hader. Give that an 8 out of 10. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Yeah.
Oh, Godzilla.
Yeah. The cryptozoology agency known as Monarch faces off against a battery of god-sized monsters, including the mighty Godzilla, and collides with Mothra, Rodan, and his ultimate nemesis, the three-headed King Ghidorah. Ghidorah.
Gojira.
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah. How do you pronounce King Ghidorah?
Oh. Ghidorah.
Ghidorah. Yeah. It's terrible.
It's terrible. It was terrible. Yeah, I don't see, Parasite getting that Oscar for first English dub.
Gone
or
with the Wind
foreign-
should have won.
Foreign film.
off.
It should have been Godzilla.
Should have been Gone with the
English
Wind.
dubbed. Come on.
Very bad. Hunt for the Wilder People. I gave King Godzilla like a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 is not very
Six is
bad.
that's not even failing.
Yeah.
But it's not great. It was fine for
You
what.
said it was terrible.
Yeah.
But like
Terrible would be like 2 out of 10.
No, what was the one I gave it 2 out of 10 that you assigned me? The fucking I don't remember what it was, but it was
Hellboy.
Hellboy. Yeah, because this
Which
movie
was not a 2.
it's 2.
It's
in
not a two.
my book. Let's see. What was not a 2 was Hunt for the Wilder People. A national manhunt is ordered for a rebellious kid and his foster uncle who go missing in the New Zealand bush. It has Sam Neill. Sam Neill from the Jurassic Parks.
Okay.
The main guy. Yeah, very good. 8 out of 10. Let's see. Then watch Coco. Pixar's Coco. Inspiring musician Miguel, confronted with his family's ancestral band of music, enters the land of the dead to find his great-great-grandfather, legendary singer. You guys seen this?
I have seen almost all of this, and it
Yeah.
was pretty dark for a.
Yeah.
What is it? Pixar.
Yeah.
Pixar movie.
Yep.
He travels into the land of the dead, and they're all skeletons, and
Does Disney own them now?
I thought they always did. Or, not sure.
Or do they just work with them?
I think they work with them.
If they own them,
kids
then I would explain why I think
got
they're
this
dark.
like senile great grandmother who doesn't speak.
Yeah.
And he goes into the land of the dead and like finds out stuff about the family. And then he comes back and he sings a song that his like
Oh.
great grandfather sang. And once he
Jesus.
starts singing the song to the great grandmother, it's like music like resets her memory a little bit. They do say that is a thing, like music
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
for like Alzheimer's patients is
Yeah.
they can remember music.
I'll be walking and I smell something and it's like instantly taken back to
Yeah.
when you smelt it like for the first time.
Whenever I smell oregano, I think of the tennis courts where we first played because
Oh.
it smells like that there
Interesting.
every time when I'm
When-
cooking with oregano.
Whenever I smell what The Rock is cooking, give you.
Also, there's a
Pancakes.
smell to the mall. Whenever I'd walk in the mall, there's a distinct smell. It's not like a bad smell, it's just a smell. It would remind me of being a child, going to the mall. Being
Well,
a
what's it
teenager
smell
when
like
it was
now?
fun to go to the mall, when it was
Despair.
like cool to go to the mall.
Yeah, yeah. The things talking about The Rock remind me of iFanboy. They do a thing where they give somebody a shitty superpower. One of the best ones they gave was they can smell what The Rock is cooking. Let's see. American Factory. I watched this documentary that won Best Documentary at the Oscars. In a post-industrial Ohio, a Chinese billionaire opened a new factory in the husk of an abandoned General Motors plant. Early days of hope and optimism give way to setbacks as high-tech China clashes with working-class America. Very good. I definitely, what do you call that?
You're just saying that because it won an Oscar.
It's good. It's a very good movie. I resonated with this. This movie resonated with me, whatever you want to say it, because I've had some shit-ass jobs for a long time. Shit-ass manufacturing jobs. Still do, but I'm in a slightly better place where I'm at now. But yeah, manufacturing jobs are shit right
Just
now.
in case my employer's listening.
Yes, yes. Well, it's better. It's 1,000% better than where I was. The place before was terrible, but their situation, the American situation, where they got laid off from the General Motors plant, where they're getting $26,000 an hour and benefits and all this shit, and then the Chinese plant opens up and they're like, so this is they're paying $12 an hour, minimal benefits, 12 hours a day, whatever. Yeah, it's awful. This decline of working class people in this country is terrible. So, yep, watch that if you want to get super depressed.
Yeah, we were talking about this like what is middle class now? Actually, it's because we have been chosen to participate in the census, and not just like the census where they send you a thing in the mail and you just have to return it. It's like very in depth. Someone comes to your house once a month, and I'm like, so are we middle class? Are we lower middle class? Are we middle class? Like, I don't know.
To me, the issue is the poverty line. I'm not saying you guys are in poverty or anybody's not. I'm not in poverty, but the poverty, the way they determine if you're below the poverty line hasn't changed in like 30 years. So it's like you need to update the minimum wage. You need to update what the poverty line is so you can more accurately determine who is in the middle class and who's in poverty and who is in upper middle class. It's this thing where you forgot what I was going to say, but it's you're not updating based on if somebody did a study and if minimum wage went with inflation, the minimum wage would be like $25 an hour right now. It's just insane that the federal minimum wage is like 5 or something. It's like it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's see. Next movie, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. It was made in 2007. I wrote down things that look old now from like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. This movie has phone booths. Clamshell phones look old. One of the characters goes to a travel agency.
Phantasmic Gore.
Yes. This movie stars Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ethan Hawke. They play brothers. Andy, a debt-ridden broker, needs some quick cash. He ropes his younger brother, Hank, into a scheme to commit the perfect crime, to rob their parents, Albert Finney and Rosemary Harris, to rob their jewelry store. The scheme goes horribly awry, and the family patriarch takes justice into his own hands, unaware that the criminals he is hunting are his own sons. 8 out of 10. Fantastic movie. I texted Dion that Aunt May is getting plowed from behind at the beginning of this movie.
Hell yeah.
Which Aunt May? Sally Field?
No. Oh God.
Yeah. By Lincoln. Giving her that old Lincoln log.
Oh, Grandpa, no.
Next,
Ethan Hawke looks like he could be like Kevin Bacon's son.
yeah, he does, right? Let's see. Moana. I'm still falling.
I'm still falling.
I love Moana.
It's great.
Dude, for a
All the
long time,
music
You're
was-
Welcome was like
Yeah.
a daily thing in our house. I would be the one singing it mostly because our oldest would just know you're welcome, but like I knew all the words.
What's my favorite song from that movie?
Shiny.
Yeah.
Shiny's very good.
Shiny's, yeah. I found a guy that does metal versions of Disney, and he did
Scrub
metal
the
version
deck,
of those
give
too.
me-
It's pretty
give me
sweet.
that Shiny.
Did you watch it till the end, like the last credit scene where they have the crab is upside down, and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still here?
Yeah.
Something like that.
he says, yeah, if I was a Jamaican crab,
Okay.
yeah, you would help me if I was Jamaican. It was weird that I watched this after The Hunt for the Wilder People. There's a bunch of people in this movie that are in that because they're like indigenous
Yes.
Maori people, right? That's what
Mhm.
they're talking about in this movie.
Okay.
Dean's like, yeah, sure.
This-
Maui.
Maui.
I like that movie a lot. All the
Very good.
music in that movie is good.
It's very good.
The Rock, yeah, The Rock did a good job.
The Rock is
great.
very good. Yeah.
When he's just ending the song and you're welcome, that like even as just the viewer, you kind of like going along with it, like, oh, this
Yeah.
song bops, and it's just
Yeah.
like, cause I'm gonna need that boat sailing away, you're welcome, and it's
Yep.
kind of like he's sneaking out the door while
Yeah.
he's still singing the song. And thank you.
Goodbye. That was sick. That's sick. That last scene where they're fighting the big lava creature is fucking
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Tekka!
Taka. Yep. No, I don't know why they didn't think of like just if Taka doesn't work underwater, just swim underwater the whole time. I mean, I guess you can't really swim that far underwater, but
Because you can still cook the water.
Huh?
You gotta imagine the water's like hot. She could put like her foot in it.
maybe.
Yeah. I want to be Samoan so I could do like crazy screams like that and not get weird looks.
I mean, that sounds
Like the
Probably.
Usos. The Usos do it in wrestling too. Like they got theme music where they just say it over and over again. So I don't know. It's cool. I want to be Samoan. Being Samoan looks fun.
you just want to be thick.
I do want to be thick.
THICC. Yeah.
A thick that nobody fucks with.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
you don't fuck with Samoans.
Hard, thick, big, thick, tough, thick.
Yep. Tough thick.
Tough, thick. You don't like horror movies or gross movies or zombie movies.
That's correct.
But I got one thing I think that you would like.
It's all three.
It's like it's got comedy, so it's like Shaun of the Dead. You ever seen Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
Okay. It's called One Cut of the Dead. So starts out with girl on one side, zombie on the other. Zombie comes to the girl. He's like, I'm gonna eat you. Blah. Zombie eats the girl. Then the camera pulls out, and the director's like, cut. You. you're not scared enough. You need to talking to the girl. You need to be more scared. Yell more, look more scared. To the zombies, like, you need to be more. There's a zombie want to eat her. Blah. And he just walks off. He's all pissed off. And was like, just take a 5-minute break. And then so they walk off. So a guy lights up a cigarette, walks out the door. You hear ah. So then a real zombie is attacking the guy. So there's a zombie attack on the set of the zombie movie. So you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then these weird moments of pauses, and the director is like, sometimes look at the camera and be like, keep running, keep rolling, no matter what happens, just keep rolling. He's looking at the camera that's filming the movie outside the movie. Like, what the fuck is that? So then halfway through this movie, the credits roll, and then the real movie actually starts. And you're like, whoa, okay. And then they explain what happened at the beginning. There was like weird pauses. There's a girl looking like off camera at one point, and like she's reading something. You're like, what the fuck's up with that? So they explain everything that's happening. You're like, holy shit! So it's the first movie I ever like went back and watched the beginning of. Be like, oh, that explains why that happened. This happened. This happened. This happened. It's not like it's not a puzzle movie. It's not a twist. It's not a thriller. It's just very, very cool how they put it all together. It's called One Cut of the Dead because the first half of the movie takes place in one shot. Mm-hmm. And
is it a true one cut?
It is true. Yes, I will say it's basically truly one cut. Yeah, it's very cool. Definitely check that one out.
Remember, did you watch Zombieland 2?
Yes.
They went through the Bill Murray thing, where he was at like the Garfield.
Oh yeah.
What do you
press
conference?
Yeah.
They talk about his movie, and that's when the zombies start striking.
Yeah.
He's going through like, oh yeah, you guys want me to sign your autograph? You know, okay, cool. And he's like treating all the zombies like they're people. He doesn't understand that. And then he's just like, oh, now I gotta whoop some ass. You know.
Let's see, 3 more. We got Bliss. I've watched, let's see, what is it? 3 horror movies in the past few days. I haven't watched a lot of horror movies recently, so I'm catching up to
you get desensitized after a while.
The newer
stuff
doesn't
have the same effect.
I mean, desensitized to the sense that like, oh, okay, that's blood and guts or whatever. But yeah, so it's like.
Did you watch like 3 back-to-back gory movies and just by the end of it just be like,
yeah.
Time
go
for
watch
bed.
some kind of like rom-com.
Yeah.
Cleanse my palate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bliss is okay. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens, but the twist was ruined for me in the first sentence of the review. I go to Amazon. I'm scrolling down and look at the reviews. The first sentence of the first review is like, "This is this movie. This is this kind of movie." Like, fuck off! I didn't want to know that, asshole. The summary is: in need of creative inspiration, a professionally stagnant and hard-partying Los Angeles artist named Dizzy Donahue recklessly indulges in a series of drug binges. As the narcotics fly out of control, so does her newfound and inexplicable, yet unquenchable craving for blood. As someone who has never been able to control her vices in the first place, Desi is violently consumed by this bloodlust. It's very good. It's very, very independently made. It's weird. You could watch these movies with actual actors, like A-list actors, and you watch like an independent movie, you're like, oh, A-list actors have something. They have like her charisma, or they have something that makes them better than independent actors. You're like, okay, this is a good movie, but I can definitely see
tangibles. Yes,
exactly. Very good movie. Let's go Bliss. I got Shudder. I got the Shudder. What do you call it? Trial going on Amazon.
Okay.
Yep. Train to Busan, another horror movie. A man and his estranged daughter and other passengers become trapped on a speeding train during a zombie outbreak in South Korea. Very good. Very good zombie movie. Last one, I finally filled out my Wes Anderson watching movies. Wes Anderson did what the hell is it called? The Royal Tenenbaums. He did Rushmore. He did Grand Budapest Hotel.
Say that.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Damn.
And what was his most recent one? Oh, Isle of Dogs. Yeah.
Weird.
That weird. Yeah, the stop motion animation. This one is also stop motion animation. Do you know there's a word that was spawned since when Wes Anderson became a thing? It's called quirksicle. It's a mixture of whimsical and quirky. That's how people describe his movies.
It's a quirksicle.
Quirksicle. Yes.
Interesting. Dessert. Got a work circle for you.
The summary of this movie is after 12 years of bucolic bliss, Mr. Fox, played by George Clooney, breaks a promise to his wife and raids the farms of their human neighbors, Boggs, Bunts, and Beans. Giving in to his animal instincts endangers not only his marriage, but also the lives of his family and his animal friends. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the last Wes Anderson movie I have to see. I've seen them all now. What is it called? The Life Aquatic with Mr. Zissou, with Steve Zissou. It's one of them. Very good. Yep, that does it, guys. We're all caught up.
I watched a movie.
What?
What?
You saw me watch the movie. I had to watch it on my phone because the TV wasn't working upstairs.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay. I remember. I didn't watch it. I heard it.
I said I watched a movie.
Right.
I didn't say you watched a
I
movie.
didn't see you do it. I heard you do it.
Mm-hmm.
What movie did you see?
It has different names depending on where you watch it. I think in America it was called The Take, but in other places it was called Bastille Day.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
It stars Idris Elba and Richard Madden, which is why I watched it, obviously.
Wow.
Richard Madden plays a pickpocket. And he steals...
He picks the wrong pocket.
He does. He steals the bag of a girl who has a bomb. And the bomb goes off after he steals it, and it kills 4 people or something. And so they have him on camera, so they think that he's a terrorist.
Get down!
And Idris Elba's like a CIA agent. And after arresting him, realizes that it really wasn't him and that it's a whole...
Hey there, you little bitch. Where'd you get that bomb?
what is it? That all the cops are bad cops, and it's really the cops are setting
Blue Army.
they're planning all these bombs, making it look like there's terrorists, but it's really them, so that they can rob the Paris bank and get millions and billions of dollars.
Millions and billions?
Millions and billions.
Millions
So
of dollars. Millions
Idris
of dollars.
Elba
Millions of dollars.
Mm.
and Richard Madden, who are both British, play Americans in this movie.
Yeah. I mean,
It was so Idris Elba, I didn't even know was British because I have only seen him in The Office, and he sounds exactly like he does in The Office.
yes.
Taylor Swift has a song that he starts off. It's London Boy, and he does some dialogue in the beginning of the song.
I'd like to hear that. And Richard Madden, it was my first time hearing him with an American accent. It doesn't sound like him. It just is like a totally different person.
Yeah,
It's
he's
weird.
like, bro, I didn't know. Bro, you gotta believe me, bro.
There were a couple times where he said words with an R in it where I was like, I heard the Scottish come through a little bit there. But at first, I watched it for like half an hour one day, and then I turned it off, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like him without a Scottish accent. This is not the same. I want the Scottish accent. But then after a while, I was like, it's all right. He's still so handsome.
So these were 2
It's
Americans
fine.
over in England?
Too
It
English.
was 2 Americans in Paris. It took place in Paris.
So they didn't need to be American.
No.
Definitely not. American washed. Unbelievable.
Richard Madden is in Paris because he has several warrants for his arrest in America, so he fled the country. And Idris Elba is
One man.
yeah, he's a rogue. I don't know what he's doing. He's a cop. He's a CIA agent or something, but he's American, but he's in Paris.
American in Paris.
They never really explained why.
Ah.
I didn't really care about. I was like, I don't know what's going on. It's
Yeah.
okay. I just want to see what Richard.
Does Richard
Madden's-
Madden take his shirt off?
No,
Yeah.
he does not. He did not. But he had some
I
fighting
don't think he
scenes.
likes doing that.
Why?
I don't know.
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because he used to be fat.
He used to be fat? He got
He
stretch
did.
marks?
I don't know if I don't think he's got stretch marks, but he's
Self-conscious?
self-conscious because he was chubby as a kid. Does that make you happy?
Huh?
Does you seem like you all of a sudden you're like, oh,
He showed his butt in Game of Thrones.
he showed his butt in Bodyguard.
Yeah.
He
so
showed his
I don't
butt
think he
in
really cares.
Sirens. He showed his butt in. That's all I can think of.
Okay, so basically, it's not take his shirt off, but he just show his butt in anything, basically.
I mean,
Big old
it's
sh-
not
butt
his
showing horn.
choice if he gets to show his butt. If he takes the role and they say he's got to show his butt, he's got
Is
to
this
show
the
his
kind
butt.
of acting you're looking for?
What?
In
Someone
an
that shows-
actor showing shows their
No.
butt willy-nilly?
I really found him incredibly sexy in this movie, and he didn't show any skin at all.
Does he talk with his butt like Jim Carrey?
Does anybody? did have some fighting scenes, but that's about as. That's it.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know, something about him.
Something about him.
Even with his stupid American accent, it's good still.
Okay.
I might watch it again. I might watch it again to actually try to figure out what's going on in the movie and not just to look at him.
Moving like you're uncomfortable right now. You're thinking too much about it.
I'm not uncomfortable. Just trying not to make you uncomfortable because you hate on him all the time.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Yes.
You're just jelly.
He's fine.
It's great.
There's nothing you can say that's wrong with him.
I can say lots of things that's wrong with him. I don't like his hair. I don't like his eyes. His lips are weird.
That's preference. That's not affection. That's not objectively true.
He gets most of his money because he says "bum" a lot. Bum, bum, bum.
He gets most. That was one show he did.
Yeah, that's most of his money.
He won
I would
awards
say
for
he
that
gets
show.
way more money from Game of Thrones.
He said stupid stuff there too.
Like
Did stupid things. Stupid boy king.
His character.
Idiot.
Stupid idiot.
Jesus Christ. The hate flows through you.
I used to love Rob. He was a stupid idiot.
He was a stupid idiot in the books too. Like, Richard Madden
I know.
playing him didn't make him a stupid
Oh,
idiot.
stupid idiot. What a dumb.
So, gotta sign me a movie before I forget.
Shazam.
Shazam. Okay. Thought you'd say that.
Oh,
Yep.
I gotta look this.
PG
list.
Deadpool.
PG Deadpool. Yeah.
I keep talking because I gotta look.
Yeah.
This
So,
is a podcast.
how was your stocks, buddy? Did we talk about stocks
Oh, yeah,
already?
we
I
do
forget.
stocks?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do stocks. We'll do a podcast later. Oh, stocks.
Your fake stock. Your
Oh,
little
Yeah.
Fisher.
Well, this goes to show me that I'm A, not ready,
your little Fisher Price.
not-
My first
and
stock.
B, not willing to invest my money into it.
You got a little scared little pussy there.
It's
yeah.
just, it's
one day,
stock
2
market
days,
is out of
two
control.
bad days.
He doesn't like to lose money.
I like seeing
You know
big
what?
numbers.
He
I
likes-
don't like seeing red arrows. And I learned today that I probably wouldn't be so aggressive, like
If it was
normally.
real money.
But yeah, if it was real money. But I just like dumped
Yeah.
anything that came close to like breaking me even, and then I was just like buying ones that you
Yeah.
know were kind of on the
line,
rise.
yeah. Oh, okay.
I might have already missed the peak.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still trying to get the nuances like down.
Yeah.
But really, to be good at stock market, you have to pay attention 24/7 to everything, literally everything.
Yeah.
Like coronavirus is destroying
Yes. Yeah. Everything.
the market,
Yeah.
and I don't even know why it's destroying the market. You would imagine that the health industry would be soaring right now in
Yeah.
anticipation of coronavirus.
Yeah.
But that's also crashing.
What's your assignment?
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4 and Shazam.
I mean, it's not even a crash. I'm using crash way too.
Yeah, it went down
loosely,
300
but-
points today. If you're listening, right away, it was yesterday. I'll put this out tomorrow. So yeah, I'll show you what my gains are. I got some
I
gains
sold AMD.
this week. Incorrect.
No, I did.
I'm saying that was an incorrect move.
Showed loss. See, that's why I can't be trusted.
What can't be trusted?
AMD. Well, me with things.
I got you. Okay.
Still got Tesla.
Is
though.
this something that you really want to do in the future?
Maybe?
You are going to run all of your choices through me first?
Well, no. I mean,
well, no.
I'm not saying that I'm going to like take all my savings and invest it
yeah,
into
it's
it.
got to be like a thing like when you go to the casino, like, okay, I'm spending this much. Once I
Yeah.
lose this much,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
I
It
stop.
might add up over time. That I might have something substantial in there. But mainly I'll be just playing for some beer money.
Yes, that's a good way to go. Penny stocks, I would go first. So I'm gonna open my Robinhood account.
What's your password?
My thumbprint.
Was your username? So you tell me I cut your thumb off. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just show you my past week's earnings. 62. I'm up $62.
$62.
Yeah, I'm up $62 for the week. I'm up $85 for the month. Down $38 for the day.
Yeah.
So I have I would recommend going solar. I have, well, my solar shits. So I got this thing called Sunrun, this company called Sunrun, if you're listening out there. Pick up that for, what is it? $21 a share. That was, I've made $1 off of that. Vinvit Solar, right? It's 11 something. I bought 20 shares of that. I'm up $33 just on that one share for the week since I bought it. So, yeah. Solar is the way to go because I was listening to an article. I was listening to a NPR podcast that they were saying solar, the means of gathering solar is the same cost as gathering coal energy or natural gas now. So it's on the same level playing field now for both of those
That's good news.
energies. Yeah. Jinko Solar, guys, buy Jinko. I'm up $12 from that. I got
Jinko jeans.
yes.
Are those a thing still?
I got a bunch of solar. I got a bunch of biotech stocks. I got one called UDow. I bought UDow at $26, right, on the 11th. 3 shares of that, and I'm down $6. But I'm holding on. So, you bought Nvidia? Yes.
And I dropped Nvidia.
You dropped Nvidia because you're a scared little girl.
It's just his way.
Dropbox.
He needs to trade and
Chewy.
So
always be
something to
doing
look into.
something.
So I bought Nvidia on the 20th, which was
Well, yeah, prior to reaching its peak, but yeah.
I bought it at its peak.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, because it went down after I bought it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I bought one share of Nvidia at $312 on the 20th, and it's now $292. I woke up today and was like, shit.
Made a lot of bad decisions in my life.
I've got this company called Organics. I think it's a medical weed company.
Sure.
It's a penny stock. It's like 60 cents. That one's the only one that went up. That was up today. I got $4 today on that. AMD, you love it. You and I love it. You love it. I love it. We all love it.
I loved it.
I lost $12, but I'm still up
Yeah.
6. I'm up 6 total.
I was up too.
But I'm not.
I don't know what that is.
I got an achievement for
What's
that one.
AMD?
AMD is the company that makes processors, computer processors. So anybody that has a good computer has an AMD processor chip.
I unlocked an achievement in mine because I sold it at 10% of an increase.
Mhm.
So, like selling while you had 10%. If I sell my Tesla, I assume I would get it. Jeez, save the pieces.
I bought Slack, and Slack is up. Slack was the one up this week, today as well. I made $15 off of Slack so far. Guys, buy Slack. Square, that's the company that makes the Square. Yes, they make.
Square things.
Yes.
The little card readers that
Card
go
readers.
on top of electronic
They made the
devices.
card readers, but they made the tech behind it. They own the software behind that. I'm still up on a bunch of bio companies. iHeartMedia that do all the a bunch of podcasts. Still up on them. I think that's it. Snapchat is down. I only bought 3 of those.
Yeah, I sold Snapchat
Yeah.
a while ago.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold.
You got to at this point.
Yeah.
Do you have any rules? I find that people have rules.
Yeah,
Like sometimes if it drops below 5%, you sell.
I am going to wait for Bitcoin to drop below 8,000. Because if you look at the history of Bitcoin in the last year, last year at this time Bitcoin was 6,000, and now it's 9,500. So it's extremely possible that within 3 months or 4 months it'll drop like $5,000. I'll show you. So Bitcoin right now is $9,657, and it's cool. This one is interesting. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is interesting because it moves up and down, even during the weekend and holidays. It trades all the time. So I bought $40 of Bitcoin. It's down, but if it loads, I'll show you. 3 months ago, let's see. So we'll just do the whole thing. 5 years ago, it was $400. Bitcoin was on the 15th. Look at that chart. You can move your finger and see where it was.
Watch it move the finger.
Yeah,
Move your finger.
move your finger on, and it was
low.
It was low. It was like $400
high.
5 years ago. It hit a max of like 20,000 like 2 years ago. So,
Mhm.
so
Imagine being that guy.
yeah, it was. Look at that. It was at 3,000 a year ago. So it's entirely possible it'll drop back down. So I'm not going to buy any until it drops well below where it is now. So, yep, Tesla's at 900.
Yeah, I saw people are projecting it over 1,000.
Yeah, people are losing their minds over on Wall Street Bet.
Definitely saying it's
Reddit.
not sustainable.
The whole market.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Well, I mean, for
it's-
Tesla.
it's the highest it's ever
specifically.
been. The entire market's the highest it's ever been.
Sure, but I mean, Tesla, like, they don't even produce like a ton of cars.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, you're investing in the future and everything, but like,
Yeah.
let's see what the future actually is. Who knows?
Jesus. So yeah, talking about digital currency, they had a thing on NPR Planet Money about OneCoin. Somebody made a digital currency called OneCoin, and it was a pyramid scheme. So there was no OneCoin. Nobody mined for this coin. Some what do they call it? Multi-level marketer, right? MLM. Pyramid scheme. That's what it is.
Right.
Started selling this OneCoin. Never made anything. Never made a blockchain. Apparently, they explained it pretty simply, which a blockchain is just a ledger. It's like you sell me a Bitcoin, I sell to you. There's a ledger that everybody can see that there's a record of you selling to me and me selling to you. So that's what the blockchain is. It's just a ledger.
Yeah, but like, what is the ledger of?
Transactions.
Yeah, but transactions of what?
I just told you. Literally just said it.
Yeah, but to what?
Transactions.
Of what?
Am I not explaining correctly?
I don't know what's going on.
You know what a ledger is, right?
Yes.
Yes. A blockchain is a
So you just gave me a coin.
Online ledger.
I have a ledger of you giving me a penny. So now we've created a ledger.
what are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's an online, transparent, public record of every movement that every Bitcoin ever created is online and available for anyone to look at.
The fuck's a Bitcoin?
Anyways, this.
Seriously,
What do you mean seriously?
I don't
It's
know
a
what it is.
Bitcoin. It's a coin of money that you can use to spend on
It's
things.
a made-up coin of money.
So is American
It's
money.
you're generated from what?
Everything is made up.
From
Money.
solving math problems.
Money is a human construct. Time is a human construct.
Writing
everything
in
is made up.
paper, ledger, blockchains. Makes no damn sense to me.
Anyways,
It's fake.
like 2 or 3 years ago, somebody created OneCoin. OneCoin was a pyramid scheme. This person they talked to invested in it, and they lost all their money because it was fake. It was a fake scheme. The person lost like $3,000 into it. So OneCoin is not real. If anybody tries to get you to buy OneCoin, it's not real.
Noted.
It's a pyramid scheme of pyramids.
So I gained some money the old-fashioned way. Going
What's
to a
up?
casino and gambling
Yes.
it.
Good job. Good.
Yeah, good
Made some
job.
$350. Pretty nice. Actually, I had a few more. I had like probably peaked at 500, but I had a couple rough patches, and then I got a little careless with money at the end. I was doing one of the I don't know if you've been to a table recently, but
No.
They got all these little fun mini games. Well, not all these fun, but like you got match the dealer sometimes where you can like put a chip down if your card matches what the dealer shows. Like if it's an 8, they get an 8.
Yep.
Then you get like 3-1. If it's 8 of spades and they get 8 of spades, that's like 10-1. So you could get like you put a $25 chip there, you walk away with $250. You know, if you match their suit. So that's what thought I was doing, but apparently I was playing this newfangled game where you got to get your card. The dealer's card has to be between the two cards that you get from the dealer. Was not aware. So I'm over here like, oh yeah, I matched your card. And then he just takes my money. I'm like, the fuck's happening? And then my buddy's like, yeah, you didn't understand. I didn't think you understood. Yeah,
No.
you got to get it like between the numbers. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
dumb. Because I had like 2 like perfect matches. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so confused. What's
Yeah.
happening? But yeah, it was blackjack's fun. I was playing blackjack. I don't think I said that, but
Yep.
It's very anxiety inducing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Stock
Living on
market.
the edge, man.
Stock market is too. When you won, what did you say? Did you say this?
That threw my handful of chips across the room.
Yeah, he didn't seem that excited about it. He texted me about it. Just said plus
said plus
350.
350.
I'm like, okay, good job.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I did that all in like 40 minutes. You lose money fast. Real fast.
Yeah.
I think I got like an extra $15 too. Maybe 20.
From what?
The dealer had a snafu where he thought he had 17, so he stopped, and then like one of the guy at the end, he had like 14. He was hoping the guy would bust, and he counted wrong. It turned out he actually had 16. So he had took the guy's cards, and then he paid me because I had 20.
Yes.
So I took my chips, and then the guy stopped him and was like, wait. You have 16. And he's like, shit. And then he's like, oh, I got to draw another card then because that's the rule. So he picks another card, he busts, and then he pays that guy, and then he pays me again. And I was like, say something.
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
Thank
Thank you.
This motherfucker's been getting 10s all day. I'm taking this one from me.
First rule of dealing: count. Know how to count.
Know how to count. Yes, absolutely. I mean, sometimes it gets confusing though when you get like the aces in there. Like you get an ace and a 4.
Yep.
So you either have 15 or you got 5.
Yep.
So then say you get like a 5. So now you got like it'd be 9 or 19. So go with the 19. But you could hit that again. You get an ace, now you get 20. But I don't know. It's just So when you throw aces in there, it gets a little confusing. It's called soft. Like if you got ace and a 6, that's a soft 17 because you can still hit on it. But yeah, it was a fun time. I enjoyed myself.
I'm glad.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad for you.
Thank you.
I'm glad for us.
I got so many blackjacks. Like the guys at the table were like, "It's blackjack king over here." I was like, "Yeah, buddy." But it kept doing the stupid shit where it was like, I'd get blackjack. I would bet more money, and then every time I bet more money, first card would be a 2. But then when I backed off and went to the minimum, I would get an ace. It's like, fuck you. That's all I have to say.
That's all I have to say
About
about
that.
What about would you like to talk about your laser tag experience?
Oh, laser tag was awesome. We
played laser tag this
Nice.
past weekend.
Yeah,
Nice.
With
It
the son, both our kids went in there.
Yeah.
It was
Little
really
2-year-old was running around.
They let us bring our 2-year-old in there too. So I'm running around with this gun and this vest on, and I'm dragging my 2-year-old behind me. I'm like, come on, let's go. He loved it. He did so
Yeah?
good. Every time I'm like,
Nice.
come on, let's run. He would
Yeah.
just run behind me. And then I'd be like, all right, duck, duck, duck.
Yeah.
And we'd duck and we'd sit there. And he was like dark. We first walked in. I'm like, oh man, he's going to be scared.
Yeah.
He loved it. And he just ran and followed me around the whole time. I mean, did he hold me back? Obviously.
Yeah.
But
It also put her at a disadvantage.
yes.
Well, I mean, I guess that's hold it back. But also,
He
it
got
wasn't
me.
holding her back, but like I'd be coming through and I'd see him trot through the middle. So I was like,
Yeah.
Carrie's close. And then I'd follow him, and then Carrie's like crouched behind this wall, and I'm like, pew, pew, pew. And I was
Also,
like, gotcha, and run away.
To be able
Yeah.
to shoot the gun, you have to have 2 hands on it. If you take your other hand away, you can't shoot.
Wow.
So when I'm holding my child's hand running with him,
Yeah.
I can't shoot my gun at the same time.
Yeah. The
It's
handicap.
also got some kind of like sensor in it. Like I got flagged for excessive force. I don't know what the actual penalty was, but it's like, you're being too rough. Chill. I turned, because it's kind of dark. It's got like the black light nightclub setting, and I turned and ran straight into a wall. And then apparently that triggered the thing like, you need to slow down. You're gonna hurt somebody. I'm like, myself, probably. Which I did. I injured my foot.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, though. I've never done it before. I loved it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
It's a lot better than the old days where, remember the laser tag that came out, like the cheap gray guns that looked like could have been a duck hunt. You had like the vest that you could just like
Yeah.
put your hand over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Awful.
Yep.
You ever done
use AA batteries.
Yeah. You ever done paintball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love paintball.
Nice.
It's exhilarating. Played shirtless one time.
Oof.
Never got a shot. Teammate did. lit him up like a 4th of July firecracker. You can hear him
Stupid.
screaming. I could still. Ah! Ow! I said ow! I'm ow! I remember getting my first headshot in paintball. Like we were having like this whack-a-mole kind of thing. Like I poked my head up, shot a couple rounds. I went down, and then I hear him whizzing over my head. I get up, shoot a couple rounds. He ducked down, and then I paused, waited a second, and then he like put his head up, and I was like, poof, like perfect. It's like boom, hits him in the top of the mask, and like he's like sitting there like dazed, like the fuck that? And he grabbed it. He was like, "Oh, I'm out." I'm like, "Yeah, headshot, boom,
headshot.
I could never do paintball.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It's tough. The first time I ever played, I actually legit felt like I was being hunted, and I gave myself an asthma attack.
I couldn't do it. It's too like knowing that I could get hurt at any moment.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But
Laser tag was fun because it was like, who the hell cares to get lit up and you're like, oh.
yeah,
Yep.
no pain involved.
It makes your gun stop working for like 10 seconds when you get hit.
Oh.
And you're like, oh, okay. I got to pause for a minute.
Really, it's just a state of mind. Yeah. You either choose to be the hunted, or you choose to be the hunter, and that's how I evolved as a paintball master.
How I evolved.
Dude, I got intense. Like the courses we played on, there were a lot of obstacle courses. One guy was like camping in this thing. He climbed up this rock face, and he's like sitting on top, like camping it basically. And my teammate was telling me where he was, so I flanked him, and I crawled under this briar patch to get to him. And I pop up and I just shot him in the back. And I was like, he had no idea I was there. I was like, gotcha. And he was like, bitch. Oh, he thought he was so smart climbing up there. I'm like, nope. I don't deal with campers well, man.
Yeah.
One time I was like 4-on-1, and I cleaned out all 4 of them. I'm like flying through the air John Woo style. It was incredible. This is my finest moment, I do believe. This is no joke. We were running side by side, doing the straight up missing each other.
That's crazy.
And then out of nowhere, he disappears. And I kept running, and I stopped, and I turned around, and he's like wiped out on the ground. He fell in a hole. And I get up right, and I'm like, Strider? He's like, yeah. I was like, grab his gun. I was like, ah! This is mine now. I own you.
Yeah. Jesus.
Who was that?
It was some kid that we played with.
You take a skull like Predator.
I don't remember. I think they called him Shithead.
Oh, that one, yeah.
They took his name in a drinking game. They won it, and then he lost the right to use his name, so they referred to him as Shithead from henceforth.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what his real name is, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to have a lot of new listeners next week. So if you want to write in at bicycle at gmail.com, bicycle at gmail.com. If you like the show, hate a show, write in. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Any suggestions for top 5 for next week? They'll be welcomed.
About movies that maybe you shouldn't let your kid watch.
I think we covered that.
Yeah, I think we did. All of them.
Damien, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything Damien said. I was thinking like, we don't have to do that. I don't want to do it. It's just never-ending story.
Oh.
Oh, so
Labyrinth.
kids movies that
You
are
shouldn't-
not really
Yes.
meant good
Labyrinth.
for kids that will
Labyrinth.
give your kids nightmares.
Yep.
Yeah, Labyrinth would give kids
Just throwing
nightmares.
those out there.
Those bird things, those orange bird things where they toss their heads around, that's creeped me out
Yeah,
as
hell
a
yeah.
kid.
Yes. Yeah. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's.
Large Marge.
Marge.
Yeah, dude. It was,
That was,
it was creepy.
whoa!
Yeah.
The
that
clown,
part.
the clown's picking up the bike. Man.
Yeah.
That was gnarly.
Yeah.
I knew that part was coming and I would like brace myself. Large Marge. no!
Um,
On a night just like tonight.
Love Pee-wee.
Jurassic
I
Park.
love Pee-wee.
Jurassic Park.
That's not really a kid's. That's not a kid's movie.
Yeah.
It's by Steven Spielberg. I feel like he only makes kids movies. He makes movies for like
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, maybe not.
That's wholesome. That's wholesome
It
fun.
is wholesome fun.
Jaws.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, what gate?
Generally.
what thing are we using? Are we using our scale or Damien's scale?
Yeah, are we using the early?
That
So
shit's
it would
child-play to
have to be
Hellraiser.
a movie that is rated PG or G
Well,
that is scary for kids.
they didn't use PG-13 before like the 80s, so you can say like Goonies, but Goonies wasn't really.
Well, yeah, Goonies is.
This is fine. Indiana
that
Jones for
scary.
kids.
Indiana Jones for kids? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But if you threw Indiana
melting
Jones in there,
The melting face. Yeah, not so much.
well, Sloth.
Sloth.
His
yeah.
face was just melting
Was it?
permanently.
Okay, all right. This week in Office Ladies, I talked about the Christmas party, and the teapot was mentioned because he gives her the teapot for.
Wait, so that wasn't the email surveillance one.
This
so-
week's episode was the Christmas episode.
Okay, I haven't
You're-
heard that one
you're
yet.
You're one behind.
Okay.
So Pam,
Oh, I love that one.
it's very lovely. So they reference the teapot when they get married, or the last season.
Mm-hmm.
He gives her the teapot and give her the note in the teapot. And Jenna Fisher was like, I've never told anyone what the note says, and I never will. Fuck you.
The note didn't say nothing.
Yeah, probably
Well,
didn't
no,
say.
it did say something because the director told John to write something meaningful to Jenna, like
Use
not-
a hoe.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I don't love you.
Who cares? Just say what it is. Jesus.
Yeah, like this isn't real life.
Yeah.
You got to keep the mystery alive.
I suppose.
Well,
I was very disappointed it was Valentine's Day, and I was driving to work on Valentine's Day, and the topic on the radio was best TV and movie couples, and nobody brought up Jim and Pam.
Mm.
Like, come
No.
on.
here's the problem. You're
What?
asking the wrong person. Because Pam, like, she's gone on a record saying like some weird stuff, like, "Oh yeah, we loved each other," blah blah blah, about her and Jim on set, and then Jim was like, "Oh, hold up, like, I love my wife." Like, he's always quick to like,
I've never heard any of that
yeah,
before.
Google it. Yeah, she
She
said
was
something.
saying they were in love because she's married too. They're
Well, no,
both married.
She had said something like, I don't know, like there was real chemistry between the two of them, like real feelings, and he's like, no, not really. I was acting.
Ouch.
Yeah. So if you asked Jim what was in the note, he'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, I just said you look good in that shirt."
Okay.
Well, I know when they were auditioning, like they both hoped. Story is that they both really hoped that they each got it. Like she hoped he got it, and he hoped she got it because they did both have good chemistry. But having good chemistry doesn't mean you're in love.
Okay. It's beautiful. Okay. We're waiting on him.
I
Something.
think she's cuter than his actual wife. There, I said it.
Untrue.
Dion, weigh in here.
What was the question?
Is Pam cuter than John Krasinski's wife?
Jenna Fisher versus Emily Blunt.
Oh,
I say Emily Blunt.
I say Jenna Fisher.
Emily Blunt.
You have said you like Pam better. You have said this
I
to
don't
me.
remember saying that.
Yes. I won't explain
What
this.
season, Pam?
Doesn't.
Yes,
No,
it does matter.
Not season Pam. Real life Jenna Fisher.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not talking Pam's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right now, Jenna Fisher versus right now, Emily
Okay.
Blunt.
Well, yeah. Oh, right now.
Lies.
You know what? Emily
Yeah,
Blunt and
Blunt.
Edge of Tomorrow. Oof.
You have. I don't want to explain the circumstances because
Uh-huh.
it would be embarrassing to both of us. But you have said you like Pam better.
All right, you ready? You ready? Here we go. I found the thing. All right, she said, "John and I have real chemistry. There's like a real part of me that is Pam and a real part of him that's Jim. And those parts of us were genuinely in love with one another." And then she later clarified her statement saying, "In real life, we aren't totally Pam and totally Jim, so in real life, we're not the perfect match."
And what does
says
he say?
She has a special connection, and it's a complicated thing, blah, blah, blah. We as spouses she's getting weird with it, And he was like, I think that was wildly misquoted or taken out of context. I'm sure she was trying to say something nice and about how genuine the acting relationship was of bringing a relationship that became that popular on screen. And I think we both feel it's such an honor to be a part of that. But as far as how she was quoted about saying we were generally in love, I think that was taken out of context, and I feel bad for her.
God damn.
Ouch. That hurts my heart.
Shattered the illusions. You got broken glass in there for a sound drop?
Do not.
Dun 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 dun. Jim dun 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 is a douche.
Warp.
Whereas,
Yes, Pam's staring off.
yeah.
She's quite a bit older than him,
Yes.
IRL.
Yeah. What if he came out and was like, she's like my work mom.
Rude.
It was bad, Pam.
It's I wouldn't have guessed it, but I know on one of the episodes, it might have been the last one, she was saying how Jim and Kelly and BJ were like, or Ryan, BJ plays Ryan.
Really banging.
Kelly, Ryan, and Jim were the only people that were under 30 when that show came out. Everyone else was older. So
Yep.
she was already over
Bullshit
30
Creed was.
when she was playing that role.
Jim was the only one under 30. So,
Nice dead silence for you.
yes, dead air is the
Dead
best,
air, dead
best,
air.
best air.
Dead air.
We're all just watching you keep taking your shirt off and putting it back
I got
on.
cold. Got excited.
On
That's
and
what happens
off.
when I read things.
On and off.
I don't think I breathe properly when I read. So, like, I get cold.
You're a spaz.
Perfect sense.
It does make sense. When you're outside, you shiver more if you don't breathe. If you actually breathe normally, it's true.
Not a thing.
Is that a
Not-
fact?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You got Bill
Check
Nye
it.
over here.
Check it. He doesn't know. I know. I drink and I know things.
I'll agree with that first part. So, that's all I have.
That's all I have.
That's all I have.
Yep.
My drink's been done for a while.
I have like 2 sips.
A little Sally's.
Should I
So
down it?
Yeah.
Cheers.
You know what happens.
If.
Wurp, wurp.
It's nice knowing you. Down the rabbit hole she goes.
See you tomorrow.
What do we say to the people? Oh, at the end of the show.
You don't have to go home. Well, I was in there painting.
Jesus Christ.
I was in there painting, and that song came on. I was belting it out.
I could hear you upstairs.
You heard me?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right,
I could hear you
checking.
singing all the songs. I was trying to keep the kids upstairs so he could paint without children putting handprints on the walls. And I could tell you weren't that mad about it because you were singing at the top of your lungs. I'm like, all right, he's
I
not
had to
mad that
sing,
I'm not
yeah.
helping him.
I was really feeling my voice today, so I was just belting it out.
Are you
man.
not going to do the thing where, as your kids grow, you mark on the wall?
No.
Not in our living room.
Yeah.
Although we did that at my grandparents' house. That made me the saddest when we sold my grandparents' house because we had me, my sister, and all my cousins on a door jamb, and it marked us, and it would have the date next to it.
Should
So,
have taken the
like,
door jam.
My cousins were like, that side of my family is all huge. Like I have one cousin that's 6'5", one that's 6'4",
Wow.
one that they're all over 6 feet on that side.
Yeah.
So-
You historically smoked all your life. That's why you're shorter.
It's because my mom's only 5'2". My dad's 6'2" and my mom's 5'2",
Yeah,
so
see,
I'm like right in the middle.
You average it out.
But yeah, me and my sister are the tiny ones in that family, and then on my mom's side we're the tall ones, because nobody's over like 5'3" on my mom's side. Not even my grandfather was. I was taller than my grandfather
Jesus.
for most, since I was like 12. But it made me so sad. It was like history of all of our heights.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could do a spot. We could find a spot where
Maybe.
Yeah.
it's not, right out in the open.
We'll see. You don't have to go. We want to say.
Fuck capitalism. Go home.